Hello there, Vic Benedict here. We're playing God of War 1 on God difficulty, and this is my guide and walkthrough. We're currently on part 28, and I'm sorry about the mouse clicking, but we are on the challenge of Hades now. And there's actually going to be two challenges for this video. There's going to be the maze after this, and then the actual centaur fight over here. Now, this is the first time you're introduced to the centaur in this game, and first of all, let me tell you what this trial is. This is the challenge of Hades. So, like I say, this is the first time you're introduced to the centaur, and it's a pretty abrupt introduction, and it's kind of strange that they throw in this gimmick of having to kill these centaurs within the area. Oh, see that? Watch out. That's the only thing that they do that you can't block. So the centaur appeared in this game, and it was absent in the second game. It's a beautiful execution too. He chops off both of their front legs, and then he guts them or something afterwards. It's gory and beautiful, and you can hear their screams too. You've got to love a game like this. But do you see what I'm doing right now? That is one of the best ways to kill these guys quickly. When they're all clustered up in the circle, just spam the hell out of Poseidon's Rage. Loosen them up with Spirit Whoring. If you don't know what that is, it's TTT, triangle, triangle, triangle. I have done this on a no upgrade run, so it's not to say that I'm special or anything like that, but I have done this under harder circumstances using limited magic. Now there is no magic over here, and the way I did it when I did my no upgrade run was I was very careful. Every time I was near death, I would go after the health chest, so I did use heals on it, but that's a tale for another day. I'm getting staggered too. Now you have to kill 8 centaurs, and you have to spill their blood within the circle. Now, it doesn't matter, and you can go into the blood water for safety as well. It doesn't matter necessarily when you're executing them where you're positioned, but the actual kill has to take place within the circle and within part of the. Do you see all of the the hieroglyphics, the circular part at the edge, at the rim? Sometimes it doesn't give you it. And other times, like the times you think that you definitely should not have got the good call and the go-ahead, they deny you, and vice versa. So it's kind of frustrating, but like I say, if you're on this part and you're struggling, just Spirit Whore to loosen them all up, and then when they're in the circle, cast Poseidon's Rage on the loosened ones, and it should really go pretty well. Now, if you have Poseidon's Rage up to level 3, you're going to be in great shape. At the current time, I only have it up to level 2. So, now this obviously was not done no damage. The trial in the next part where you're in the maze and you're tasked with killing all of the enemies. Now, I did do this part no damage up ahead, and I have to warn you at first, as I sip water, some Aquafina. I have to warn you that the gameplay that you're going to see after this, and I'm not like ashamed of it or anything. I'm just trying to tell you that I'm going to be extremely careful, and the combat that I'm going to do is going to be very cautious, safe, and kind of cheap. And I don't really care because I was just trying to do it no damage. So make sure you fill up your health over here, because the next area. You can't proceed past this next area until you've killed everybody. And if you have one archer down one solitary hall left, you have to go after him and kill him. And one of the things, these are really well hidden chests over here too, by the way. But you can really feel the aggravations of a fixed camera on a part that's coming up like this, especially if you're being really careful and trying to avoid everything and not take damage, because you'd be surprised. It's usually the archers that end up hitting you. You'll go up to grab one, and either the one that you're grabbing tries to hit you, or the other one next to him hits you, and you just feel like the grab should have been a little bit faster and more precise. And they did clean it up a little bit in the second game, but so careful, cautious gameplay is what you're going to be seeing on this next part. And a lot of the enemies in this area, they will not go into another region. Like on the first part, you'll notice that the Gorgon only goes into one area. The Legionnaires, they will travel certain ways and then they'll go back. So you can really take advantage of your position on this next part. And also, you've got to be very careful going around corners. You have to know where all the enemies are. So it's not random. It's just the same every time. So you should be good. Should be good. All good in the hood. Now, the first thing we're going to do is, after these traps, okay, so there's going to be, I think there's 3 total Gorgons on this first part. Now, what I'm going to use is I'm going to evade into X to launch, and then spam the throw to kill the first Gorgon. And then you actually can hear the grunting and the groaning of the shitty archers. So if you're moving around looking for people, you can actually hear them. So they're the noisy ones. So just come on in here. A couple of actually kind of difficult traps. This one's not hard, but this one's strange. I don't know. God damn that second one. Okay, so you're gonna get locked. You're gonna get locked into this area over here, and like I say, I roll into the evade, launch, spam throw, kill this first one, and then like I say, there's a gimmick over here, so you have to kill everybody in this area. So just take care of her. God, I love doing that. And then the archer. You can wait till he fires, but just if his projectile's on a wall, it could hit you on accident. So we have the blades up to level 5, so we should just be able to thrash them. Now, if you come over here, there's going to be 2 more archers right next to each other. So I just do the plume to take care of them. And then over to the right, when you put the camera over here, you'll have these 2 legionnaires coming over here. And on their heels is the Gorgon too. Now, you'll notice that over on this part, these enemies don't come into this area that I'm currently occupying over here. So you can keep moving up, spirit whoring, and I really don't feel bad about this because you have such poor visibility so often in this maze that whenever I could take advantage of just square triangle whoring, I don't mind in the slightest. So, and it's actually quite fun too. Now, the part that's not fun is this next part, because you've got a total of 4 centaurs, only 2 at a time at any given time, and 1 Gorgon in their area. So remember that you can't use the Gorgon magic on the Gorgon, not in this first game anyway. So I am going to be really careful in how I take care of this Gorgon coming up, because you know what? Rolling to do the roll evade, where I roll and press X, that puts me in the next room a lot of times, and whenever I get into that next room, I get really discombobulated, and I usually get hit by a centaur in trying to find my way back, because you're going from one camera perspective to an immediately different camera perspective, and I just get discombobulated. So what I do is I do L1 plus X rather than the roll into X to launch. Now, the former does not launch her as often, because her position and what her actions will largely dictate what if you're going to be successful on it. So to get her over here, all you have to do is just move forward. She'll come eventually. See if we can get it. L1 plus X. Now, right there, I can't expect that because she was firing her magic. Now, you might just say, well, just hold triangle and evade. Give me a break. That never works. It works 1 out of 10 fucking times. It's broken. Alright, get over here. See if we can do this. Anyway, so let's just talk about her as if she was already dead. After her, we have the centaurs to deal with. And we have a lot of magic at our disposal. And what we can do, what I'm going to try to do is get these centaurs placed in front of each other so that I can hopefully, there we go, she's dead. Hopefully, shatter them, stone shatter them after they're turned to stone, because I don't want I don't want to fire at him when the other one's over there and he could cause problems while I'm trying to attack this one. And I don't want to put my blade on right now, because sometimes the blade, you just go crazy with it. His movements are just too rapid. But there we go. That's nice. There's one gone. And you have a ton of magic. There's no magic over here either, so there's no refills on that. But if they're just staying in one place in the center of the room, move forward, and you might notice that I keep jumping back out of fear. And it's only because I don't want to get hit by their projectile. And I know that guy had his bow equipped and the arrows are blockable, but I just don't want any mistakes over here because I wouldn't accept anything less than no damage over here because, you know, that's who I am of late. The dude that's trying to do everything, no damage. Okay, there we go. Take care of him. And then there should just be 2 more. So hopefully we can get them standing in front of each other so that I can attack them safely, you know, and stone shatter them both. Perfect. That'll work if you just hold still. Hold still. There we go. Triangle. I don't think the back guy's going to get killed. Is he? No, he got out of it. It's okay, though, because it's just him left. There we go. And then Bob's your uncle. Buck's your uncle. Uncle Buck. Buck fucker. All right. Now, going over here to the right, you're going to have... See the visibility? You can't see anything, and all of these guys are coming over to you. So what I settled on doing was something quite cheap. I should have got hit right there, actually. I was very fortunate. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to Spirit Whore from here and Plume Whore from here. They have nothing to throw at me. They might somehow be able to jump over if they're doing one of their attacks, but they're not going to. They're not going to. And even if they tried to, I would probably be able to see them because there's enough visibility to the left. So yeah, definitely take advantage of this type of stuff because the next area, the enemies don't do this. So we're going to have to... And then when you go into these halls over here, you're going to hear the grunts and the groaning of these fucking archers. And look at the visibility. It's just really bad. Now, I know you can go the other way, and it might be a little bit better, but look at this visibility. They're to the left, actually. I thought they were down here. See? They're over here. I can hear them. So I don't really know what to do. Square, square, triangle usually does pretty well. There we go. That fountain, see that fountain? I always get really thirsty looking at that. I want a nice bottle of cold water for some reason every time. Okay, everybody's dead on this floor. No checkpoint. You've got to go up and do another room, but there are no difficult enemies. Well, I can't say that. I mean, these groups of enemies are difficult. So you only have to move this lift about halfway up, and then... quickly decide what... Now, there are some chests to the left that I'm going to come back for. I forgot they were in there, so that's not anything I would ordinarily shirk from going over there. There's a small trap, but it's nothing to worry about. Oh, whoa, shit. You see that? Complete luck, guys. It went right through my legs or something. And now you're going to be moving this area, and there's going to be a large group of the Legionnaires down here. See? You go around a corner... And oh shit, you see that? I didn't even know that was the exit corner, and then this guy pops out. Just complete luck because, you know, those archers are always ready to fire. They're always ready to do a cheap little hit on you too. And I'm gonna try to super plume from around the corner. I think I did it. I mean, it's holy shit! I didn't do anything actually. I did nothing. All right, now they're dead. You know. At least we got, that's probably, in hindsight, that's probably the hardest part right there. But anyway, when you push this forward, it's going to fall into the fire down there. And then there's going to be some spawners popping up, these Legionnaires. Now, there are some more archers, but they're not going to be able to hit you from this room over here. You want to have the best visibility that you can, and just be as cheap as you possibly can. Be careful with the OH. Just be careful with it, because you don't want to... You can really get into like a groove of thinking you're invincible when you do that, but you know you have to stop when you see an enemy hitting. And always when they're prostrate, that's their most opportune moment they take is when they do that. Because if you leave them alone, they just get to their feet and they don't do that jumping attack after they get to their feet. But I'm just going to see, now you might say, why don't you go into the room? Well, I don't want to go into the room because I think I might spawn more enemies at the same time. So now we have the difficulty of going down this hall over here, and there are some archers that are difficult to get. You'll see here too. There's probably another Legionnaire or two. Yep. These are fun enemies to fight. I like them as an enemy. And I've been doing the TT square a lot on my campaign. I used to not like it, but it's a good move. It's a good move to Like, it's a good move if you're gonna think you're gonna do TTT and you just do TT, and then you know you can't commit to it, so you just press square instead of T, and then that actually gives you some space. There we go. Now this is very safe to do. Never ignore something like that. Okay, finished them off with the OH, and then over here to the left there are some archers, but they're hard. They're really hard to hit. So, it's not likely that they can hit me with their arrows from here, but you never know. And I'm trying to do L1 plus X to see if I can launch them. Oh, there's a launch. So I decided at the end of the day, let's just space. See, that could have hit me. Let's just space from them and throw the bolts. Oh shit! See that? See that? Almost got hit. These fucking archers are probably the hardest part of this whole maze. These fucking archers. So I decided to use these bolts. Took care of them really quickly. And now there's a couple things to do left, and it's not easy because you can get really unfortunate over here. The only thing that is left is this trap where we almost got hit over here. Now you might say, big deal, you look how much health you have. I'm just trying to do it no damage, guys. It's just an artificial little thing that I'm adding to the challenge, because the challenge of Hades is not enough for me. I need an additional challenge. Alright, let's head on up here. Quickly jump up here. Now we need to go into the archway down there, but I took too long, or I went up too far, and I ended up spawning some of the Legionnaires. So it came to pass that it probably was, oh shit, so you can easily die like that. If it pushes you into the wall, it'll crush you, instantly dead. This guy fell through the geometry, so that's all good for him. And then now you've got just a couple spawns, I think 2 at a time, of these Legionnaires. So just be very careful and just use your tried and true safe moves. Square, square, triangle, you know, just for safety. And be careful. See, they're getting to their feet and they're doing that shit. That's what they love to do. Okay, now I think everybody's dead. Now we need to go in here and kill some final Legionnaires right over here. And very poor visibility to the right, but we can work with that. We might even be able to throw somebody out. Yeah. See, just clean up the mess over here. The mess of these fucking shitters. And then ooh, I knew you were going to do that, you fucking asshole. I knew it. And then you get this, which means that you've cleared the trial. I don't remember that from before too clearly. Anyway, just carefully jump up here. See, because, ooh, fuck, see? I could have died right there. The whole thing could have been for naught. That's what happens at Big Benedict Productions, you know? Shit happens like that, and you never know what's going to happen. It's scary. Scary shit, man. But now that we've got over here, we have a checkpoint, and then I remembered in coming back that I had those 2 chests to open. In fact, I honestly came back here just to see if there were any pots to smash or any magic chests, but there aren't. I mean, there was that to smash, but there is also the two red orb chests over here that I forgot to get. Now, this puzzle over here, I mean, excuse me, this puzzle, it's not really, it's just a trap. And once the floor comes together, you're completely safe. But so if you don't want to risk that during the fight, I understand. But when you come back the other way, you'll find that the floor is completely intact, and it was only just kind of unnerve you, I guess. But that's going to be it for part 28, the Challenge of Hades. We added our own little stipulation of taking no damage, and it was actually fun. And it taught us some things that we wouldn't ordinarily have thought about. I mean, all the spacing and where the enemies were going to be going. So it actually taught us some good things. So I will see you in the next part. Please take care.